Welcome to the Lifestyle Podcast. You already know me. My name is Mr. Delight. I've got Awe Akinola Oladimeji today, who is the CEO of the Sleek Apparel brand. Today we're going to be talking about a whole lot, the journey, the success, the ups and downs, and, what he has taken Oladimeji to be able to build Sleek Apparel to what it is today. And we've got a whole lot to talk about, from personal conversation to brand conversation to the journey to the story. Just stay tuned. Let's get straight into it. Introducing my guest of today, Oladimeji.
You already know it's Sleek here.
So, not to waste your time, and let's just get straight into business. As you know me, I like to hit it on the head. What's your background, and how did it lead you to starting your brand?
My background, I was born and raised in Mushin. You already know how it
Mushin,
goes.
wow.
I think the environment has so much impact on myself and my brand because we don't take no as an answer from where I'm from. And yeah, I think my craft, where I'm from, Mushin, played a huge role in my business.
So in Mushin, for instance, based off the story that we all know about Mushin, it's a whole lot of street vibe. It's a whole lot of, connection of the bars and the bros here and there. So how did that transit into, I can understand, yes, a streetwear brand, but Slick is not just a streetwear brand. Are we going to call you a street luxury wear brand? Because the way you package yourself and the way you present yourself, my brother, sometimes I'd be like, no, that can't just be a street brand. So the classic aspect and the luxury aspect of your brand, like, where did that come from? I'm sure that didn't come from Mushin, did it?
To be honest, yeah. Yes, I'm from Mushin, but I was from the part of Mushin where it's always calm. It's called Papa Jao. And my parents used to raise us in a way whereby my dad does not want us to be friends with those boys, the ones you tag those boys, but I was the rebel in the family. So that's why you can see the mixture of the street vibe, the mixture of the calmness, the mixture of the luxury, the mixture of the class, the aura my brand gives. So sometimes you can give them straight, and sometimes you can just give them a class.
Okay.
So I'm like,
So are you telling me it's the spirit of the hustler and the swagger of the college kid?
you
Is that what you're
already
telling me,
see
bro?
what we always put out.
Okay. So do you guys want to agree with me that Oladimeji is a Nepo baby? Are we going to say that?
No, zero Nepo baby, oh, but I won't even say Nepo baby because it was you packaging yourself not having. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So it was not like I was from a silver spoon kind of family. No, we were just okay. But
Yeah. Just looking at the way you carry yourself, you're a very, very confident man. You when you walk into a room, you know the aura you have and everything. So what really motivates you, like, on a daily basis, like when you're chasing your goals? Like, what's your motivation?
always wanting to do better.
Always wanting to do
I
better.
see the only competition I see in life is myself. So at every point in my life, I always want to do better. I always want to get it right. So even if you feel like, oh, this is right, I'm always saying oh, I can still always do better. So that's why the drive is always there. And the background motion is always in the blood, you understand?
Mushin, you guys have to come out to support your own. Oh. My guy's just been shouting Mushin like
That's
all
where
day,
I'm
all
from,
day.
all day,
That's
any
calm,
day.
that's calm.
That's where
But
I'm
still, Bagada, wow, Surulere, wow.
I stayed in Surulere too, though.
Okay, do you want to give me some bit story about Surulere?
Surulere is calm, to be honest.
We chilling,
It's
though.
a mixture of you trying to be on the island, not being on the island, not being on the mainland. It's just always calm.
Calm. That's calm. That's calm. So Surulere, I beg, Sleek Apparel, oh, as they see, okay. Okay, so just to talk about the name Sleek Apparel, like, so where did that come from? How did you come about that?
Fun fact, that name belongs to my other brother.
Your elder brother?
Yeah, he started the brand Sleek, though. I think maybe it's going to be a story I want to talk about later, but let me just answer your question. Yeah, the name started from my brother.
Right. The name started from your brother, and how have you seen the reception of that name? Since when you've been flagging that name or carrying that name as your brand. Do you think the name has been something that's added to the success of your brand, or do you think the name has nothing to do with the success you've been able to achieve so far?
Always, the name has so much impact on the brand because the literal definition of sleek is sharpness, is oral. his confidence, his swag. So he has a lot of impact to do with my design, my piece, my creation. Whatever I'm creating has to be sleek, if you get what I mean.
That's the word. Whatever I'm creating has to be sleek.
Yeah.
Okay now. We deal with you now, my brother. As you guys can see, I'm sleek at the moment. No time.
I'm sure you'll be feeling different aura.
No, right now, guys, I wouldn't lie to you. Right now, I feel so very comfortable, and we going out like after this thing, and I'll be rocking this all day, guys.
All day, anything,
You know.
I got you.
Yeah, bless my G. Yeah. Okay, so getting into it, we still have Oladimeji with us, and it's still the Lifestyle Podcast. So, it's been a fantastic journey, looking at all the conversations that we've had, from Mushi, and right now we both know where you are right now, basically, far away from Mushi, miles across the ocean. But I still want to ask, starting your brand in the beginning, what were the difficult moments? What were the things that, you needed some time to be able to overcome those things. Basically every business has their own obstacles. They have their ups and downs. But right now, I want you to give us a view into the downs, in the process of you creating the business from the beginning.
From the beginning,
Yeah.
obviously, I didn't even know what I was doing, to be fair. I was just trying to make people wear my piece, something I own, something I create. My elder brother, obviously, played a very huge part in the fashion sense of creating outfits for me. So going to the market then, I was staying in Mushi, but sorting for materials in Yaba. I don't know if you're familiar with that area.
I know Yaba
Yeah,
well.
Ojuelegba.
I'm a Milan boy.
That's where we source for materials and get it done. But the major challenge, I don't know, is the tailors here. After you've sourced your material, you've paid them, told them to deliver by this time, bro, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, you might not even see them. But obviously, then capital was not enough to be honest, but I was just still trying to figure out what was going on. But I would say the tailors were majorly the problem, to be honest. I don't think I answered that.
Right. So you people agree with me that Mr. Oladimeji is a Nepo baby? Because in my view, for every startup business, their major problem is always the capital. But in Mr. Oladimeji's story, it's actually been personnel management, which is, coming to tailors. And I can give you a bit information about tailors, especially coming from where we are, back home. You can have your wedding and you're still chasing your tailor 2-3 days to your wedding and you still don't have your stuff delivered yet. Because there was this time I was meant to go for my cousin's wedding and, I've given this tailor guy my shit for over 2 months, bro. 3 days to the wedding, I still don't have my attire. So I can imagine how you've been able to manage that aspect of the business, because as well, generally in the whole world, personnel management is a very, very hard thing. HR it's something, big corporations dedicate a whole lot of, money into it for them to be able to have a hold of it. So how have you been able now to overcome, that personnel management aspect, which has to come with, creating your piece itself?
Firstly, I will accept that Nepo baby because it wasn't easy, to be honest. I understand that you feel like capital was available, but capital was not still available. You don't know the definition of the capital I was talking about, because tailors were not just the major problem. Do you understand? There are sometimes you actually see a piece or a material, this will slap, but you don't even have the capital to get that material.
Yeah.
So now you need to look for something obviously I pay so much attention to my quality. So if that quality is not authentic, I'm not even starting or I'm not even having it. So capital was also a very huge role, to be honest. And obviously starting all the way from Mushi is not even easy, to be honest. Back home in Nigeria, it's not easy. It's not like we have
oh yes,
so many. Do you understand what I mean?
I know what you're chatting about, because
bro.
basically we're from the same place. If you get what I mean, and like I said, I'm a full Mainland boy. I be Larry boy. Mushi dey my backyard.
Yes, now you
I be a
understand.
Akala boy. Say once sometimes where we still dey. We go cut that part. Last. So yeah. So that's calm still. That's calm still. That's calm still. So just looking at the whole conversation now. So do you want to give us a bit of information in regards to what's the identity of your brand? What's the values? What does your brand really stand for? For me, I have a way I perceive your brand, which I've explained to you a million times. But right now, that's just from my personal opinion. But you, as the CEO of the brand, as the main product designer as well of the brand, what do you think, the identity of your brand is, and what do you think the audience, how do you think customers should actually also perceive your brand?
I think quality assurance, firstly, for me. We pay so much attention to the quality of material we use. We also pay so much attention to detailing. So if you see my piece, it's not just a regular piece. You can see watermark of the brand name all over. There has to be an intention. There has to be a creative story behind my brand. I just released my recent release now. It's called the Sleek Archive Hoodie. It has a map on it. It has places Sleek Apparel started from. It has places Sleek Apparel have been to. It has places Sleek Apparel
So you're basically, telling me I can wear a jacket and basically be everywhere Sleek Apparel has been to in just one jacket, basically. That's what
Do
you're
you
telling me.
understand? That's your own reality as at that point. So I say, it brings aura. We give nothing but the best. It's a feeling. It's a lifestyle.
As you guys can see right now, I'm feeling like, I can say like now, I'm just feeling like Kanye West right now wearing this piece. Like this piece is sweet and it just blends well, very, very comfortable as well. And I can say like, the finishing of the brand as well, like you said, I can see that you put a whole lot of effort and a whole lot of attention into your piece as well. So that's fantastic. That's fantastic. And just to look at it as well. So how have you been able to come up with your team as well? Where did you get your team from? Are they in other countries, or are they locally made? Are they made from, around the world, like where do you make most of your pieces from? And also just a quick question, your best seller as well, where was it made from?
Obviously, that's a trick. But to be fair, I work with people back home. I work with people outside home. I work with creatives. I source my material worldwide, to be fair. Yeah, there are some pieces that are locally made. There are some pieces that you need to order. You understand how business goes.
Yeah.
But talking about my bestseller, I'll pick my 2025 Sleek Jersey. Yeah, it was a piece that actually went well for me, to be fair. It was a 24 piece. 24, the number behind it was Sleek 24. 24 had a meaning to me, still has a meaning to me. Goes back to me telling you, wherever creation or piece we put out, there's always a story behind it. So, yeah, I'll pick my Sleek Jersey. That's my best seller, though. Yeah, for now.
Okay, so today will not be the day for us
something very. Let me keep it as a secret.
Don't worry, I'm still going to get there to what we're expecting. Not to be too fast, we're still going to get there. So there are lots of stories that are still hidden, but we're still not going to share that yet, which is, the stories behind some of your brands, like the story behind your bestseller, and, the number 24, why is so important to you. So on maybe series 2, when we bring Sleek Apparel back after, we're going to dive deeper more into it. But what I would like to ask again is, so far in business, since when have you created your brand? How long has your brand been existing? And since when your brand has been existing, what can you say is your major milestone so far that you guys have achieved as well?
I'll say officially, the brand started in 2019 for me. Why I said officially is because unofficially, my older brother, that I told you earlier that he still do maybe a little bit of shares in the business. He started the business Sleek, but there was no structure, no name to it. It was just him, just like in fashion. taking me along. Let's go to the market. Let's source for material. Let's combine it. Let's see how it goes. We've been doing that, but we're not selling it. So officially, I started the business 2019 when I gave it a name, gave it a structure, and I tried it with, I think it was an Udi. Was it? Yeah, actually, yes. 2019 officially we started after I finished my uni days, yeah.
So did the brand start from Nigeria or the brand started here in the
No.
UK?
The brand started in Nigeria, bro. Started in Nigeria 2019, yeah. And I came to the UK 2021. Yeah, started in Nigeria.
So now moving your brand from Nigeria to the UK as well, and looking at, the way the regulations in the UK and the regulations are different. So when you came to the UK, how were you able to, what were the quick moves that you had to make to, to find your brand quickly?
My brother, there was no quick move, bro. I'm sure you understand the whole relocation process.
Yes, I do, my G.
Now reality hits in. You're just moving from one country to another, trying to juggle school, work, and now your business. And this is a business you are used to always inspecting everything physically. So physical presence was not available as at that point. To be honest, yeah, I almost gave up, like literally, because it was so much headache. You could like order something, you're not there to inspect. And I'm this kind of person that I like it to be perfect. You understand? So yes, I have people I work with that I trust, but I still need to be there to actually see it myself. Okay. But that physical presence was not there. The reality of school, the reality of you just trying to understand how the market here works, what are their creation like, it was so hard, to be honest. Throughout like almost a year, I was not really creating. But we came back very, very strong though. Very, very strong.
That's fantastic. Looking at the story and looking at where you are today, congratulations on the struggles and on the journey. And sincerely, when you're trying to create anything, nothing happens easy. You might make it sound fantastic, you might make it easy, but definitely there are struggles. There are times you have to, struggle to get things done. There are times you have to, scream over the phone. There are times you have to do a whole lot of stuff. Trust me, we have all been there as well, and we know what it takes, so for you to be able to get that consistency, looking at how to balance your personal life with business life as well, gradually, and as a young man as well, who has a whole lot in front of him and a whole lot you want to achieve as well. So I'm going to give you kudos for that. And my brother, we did the street together now. We know the matter, my guy. We know the matter, my guy. So that's fantastic. And just to dive in, you did an event, I think it was last year, in Manchester, if I'm to be correct. Was it last year or last 2 years?
You're right, both ways. I did one in 2025, August. I did one in 2024, July. Yeah. It's 2 years now.
Yeah, so as in the news everywhere then was, how successful the event was and everything. And so I just wanted to ask, like, after those events, what was there any boost in the business, after the event? The not just from the event being successful, was there a ripple effect of the event being successful on your business in regards to sales, in regards to people being able to go to your page, basically?
Obviously, to be honest, there was huge impact, to be honest. Building a community is so necessary. And the whole Slick pop-up made me understand I don't just have customers. Now I'm building a community. So yeah, it was really, really a good impact on the business, I won't lie.
Right. And just to ask you, when you're designing your brands and when you guys and your team are trying to put work out there, a product out there, like what's your target audience? Are you basically looking at Gen Zs, millennials? Are you looking at people that fall in a certain kind of class or a certain demography?
I always say this: Slick is for everybody. It is just how you see it. My recent piece, the Slick Hoodie, was worn by my mom, and she's over 60. I've got a piece I made for my godson. He's just 2 years old. I've got pieces that the Gen Z can wear, the 30s, the 40s. So it's not like an age bracket to it. We create pieces that they're timeless. So anybody can actually fit in that aura. So it's not, oh, maybe you can't wear this. You would definitely see what you can wear, no matter your age.
Right, that's calm. That's calm. So for the daddies, the mommies, the Gen Zs, the
Bro,
millennials,
we're all out for
you know,
everybody.
if you want to look good, you know what I'm
Just go on the
saying,
website.
Slick
This is for
Apparel,
everybody.
worldwide. We're in Manchester right now, though. We're in Manny right now, though, but still
We're moving.
worldwide. We're moving. Still, we're moving. We're moving. I love that. I love that. So right, we're still out here chilling with Ola Dimeji, CEO of Slick Apparel. So, you know, I know you've taken us through a whole lot of, you know, the journey, the ups and the downs as well. We've talked about your best-selling brand as well. So I just want us to, you know, just talk about the general conversation about, you know, something everybody can relate with, which is basically social media. So what do you think the role of social media has been in your brand, basically, you know? Because for me, I feel like, you know, social media these days is like a marketing platform where people are able to do free marketing and the likes.
Well, I feel like social media is where everything happens, to be honest. The whole marketing, the content, TikTok, Instagram. I feel like that's where almost everything happens, to be honest. So it plays huge impact on the brand, to be honest. So interactions. Me now, I've got like, I prefer using Snap actually. Sometimes, yeah, there's some design I have in my head or I'm creating. I can actually just post it and I just throw it out to my community to just talk about it. They can be like, oh, do you think blue won't be better? Do you think this color here, this color there? Sometimes I even draw energy from that, if you understand, to my creatives or my piece actually. So it plays very huge impact on the
Yeah,
brand.
so mentioning community there, because that was where I was actually coming to with the social media to ask, you know, if you've been able to create a community around your brand and, you know, also what's the impact of that community? Like, do you draw out some ideas from your community? Do you draw out some, you know, some ideas from some certain interactions based on social media as well? Because you can get direct feedback from customers and people, you know, who relate with your products as well and your brand, basically.
Definitely. That's what I've just said. Like, I post on Snap just to get responses from people. Talking about, sometimes you could use blue, but I'm not done with the piece. You could see a customer just say, oh, don't you think pink would be better? I might try it and eventually use that.
Use that
So I've
basically.
taken something you've told me.
That's basically you putting customers' feedback into production process, basically, and
yeah.
which is basically key in creating those pieces which people can basically relate to it. Because
Sure.
for me, I feel like, you know, one of the best way to actually, you know, go about your brand as well and go about creating masterpiece product is about, you know, creating what people want. So if you're getting quick feedback from customers through interactions on social media, through community that you've been able to create, because looking at how you speak, it definitely shows that, you know, you're very close to your community as well, and you try as much as possible to take on board feedback you get from your community and you know, people on social media who interact with your post and everything. And I feel like, you know, putting together all our conversation today and looking at everything you've said today, it basically just reflects, you know, in where your brand is. It reflects, you know, in how you've been able to grow your brand to where it is today, and it reflects in the success that you are having at the moment.
Definitely.
So just looking at the nearest future quickly. So where do you think Slick is going to grow into? You know, what are the next pieces we should be expecting? And as well, and just so you know, man, thank you for this jacket, man. Guys, new one on the collection, man.
Well, we are releasing this tracksuit I'm wearing. It's unreleased though.
Right.
So, yeah, I'm just looking for the perfect time to actually release it. Like, it's Still not been released.
So basically, this is one of one at the moment.
Yeah, one of one. But we're creating different colors. We've got the purple, we've got the green, we've got the red. We've got
This
the camo.
this man behind me, is it the same? Is it the same piece, but in camo? Yeah.
Yes, yeah, it's in camo, and that like
Almost
illuminating
a
the
little
light.
bad girl, guys.
Yeah, so yeah, just pieces waiting to be released, and I think I've got something exclusive too. I plan to release before summer. That's just going to be for like exclusive people. You need to like get a card before you can purchase that. So
I
it's
bet Baba
strictly
put me on the
exclusive.
exclusive list. So I
No,
need
it's
to be
strictly
exclusive
exclusive.
right
So
now with
the
Sleek
exclusive that
Apparel.
I've just made like just 5 of 5, 3 of 3, 2 of 2. Not going to be made again. It's just going to be for exclusive people. So you don't just see it out there on different people. Because I know some people just like their brand being like all out, not too much, and just something classy you get. So it's going to be an exclusive because it's an exclusive piece, to be honest.
So guys, that's it. Watch out for the exclusive piece from Sleek Apparel. And, it's been a masterpiece from Oladimeji today, the CEO of Sleek Apparel. He has taken us through a whole lot in regards to his fashion brand, you know, the ups and downs. Definitely, maybe in a couple of months, we're still going to bring Sleek Apparel back. We're going to go into maybe series 2,
yeah,
because there are lots of information that we still need to speak about. There's still lots of, you know, bits and bobs that we haven't gone deep into the conversation. But I can tell, like, you know, from today, it's been a fantastic session with you today, and it's been a lovely insight into your brand and into see, you know, what the identity of your brand is, what you represent as a person. Look at your background, you know, where you're from, and you know, looking at how you've even spoken about the influence of your brother as well, which is, you know, I'm sure wherever he is now, he should be happy with what you've been able to turn the brand into right now. So my brother, man, it's a fantastic one, man. Nice one, my G, man. We really appreciate
nice,
you coming
bro.
up to the Lifestyle Podcast.
To be honest, I like
I'll
what
let
you're
you
doing
go.
though. I'm not even going to lie. Watching your program and all, being here, speaking with you, I'm not even going to lie.
Thank
You're
you.
doing a very good job.
We appreciate that. We appreciate that. And, you know, if you have your story, you want to share your story, you know, you want to enlighten people about, you know, certain things, or you want to speak about, you know, something fantastic, just reach out to us, man. It's the Lifestyle Podcast, and I'm Mr. Delight, man. Peace out, people.
Nice to meet you guys.
What done?
Bro, that was sharp. It's not like BTS, you get.
You don't cut off.